So at the time, I was 2 months in opening my new shop as a hair salon owner. And I needed a stackable washer and dryer, to wash my towels and stuff for my daily duties as a salon owner. Came across Miss Nelson, washer and dryer. I met up with her. And once I met up with her, I saw how nice it was. I put a security deposit down. But being that
How much of a deposit did you
I
put down?
gave her $650.
Okay.
And then I told her that I would be back within 3 days.
Did she express to you how much time you had to pick it up? Like, was it an issue?
No, I just told her, she never expressed that. I just told her I would be back in 3 days to pick it up.
Okay, you disagree because you were moving out.
That's
so what do you say were the conditions of the sale?
The conditions were she had 3 days from actually placing her deposit to pick it up.
And that's because you were moving out, what, on day 3?
I was moving out on November 3rd. That's when my lease ended.
And what happened?
So I told her that I'll be back in 3 days. My third day, because I gave her the deposit at the end of day on Tuesday. So I'm assuming my next day would start the next day, which would be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Okay.
So I got some movers because the reason why I was gonna come back in 3 days was because I needed to get movers. I can't move a stackable washer and dryer by myself. I finally got some movers. The movers ended up canceling on me.
Okay, so I wanna go back a second. So you give her the money on Tuesday.
Correct.
You say, I'll be back in 3 days.
Correct.
You feel that's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Correct.
On Friday, did you come back and pick it up?
I told her that I was gonna come back on Friday, but by that time she was already gone. I didn't hear from her. She didn't answer my call when I called her at 6:30 on Friday.
Okay, so hold on. You got the movers what day?
I got the movers. I paid $150 on November 4th.
But to get the, okay, but you're throwing me off. I don't understand because you paid $150 on November 4th, but what happened on, when did you have text conversations with her about when you were coming?
On November 3rd, because I couldn't find, I had movers already, but they had canceled on me.
And those movers were supposed to go there when?
On November 3rd.
Okay.
But they canceled on me.
So did you make arrangements to pick it up on November 3rd?
The third day, correct. And then I asked her if I can have more time, and she said yes, she agreed. And I said, sorry about the mix-up. I finally got some movers.
Okay, it sounded from your text like you were well aware that you were over 3 days, but now it sounds in your testimony in court that you feel you were within the 3 days. That's what I'm not understanding.
Well, because being that I gave her the money on November 1st, at the end of, it was like end of day.
Did she give you the money on November 1st at the end of the day?
She gave me, she actually came in early, but she didn't send me the money until 7:30.
Right, and the discussion about you have 3 days, did that happen on November 1st?
That happened on November 1st when she was looking at the washing machine and drying.
And so 3 days, why do you think 3 days later would be November 3rd and not November 4th?
Because the transaction took place on November 1st. So
right, but 1 plus 3 is 4, not 3.
Well, our business started on November 1st, so I felt like you have Wednesday.
24 hours, then 24 hours, then 24 hours.
Okay.
Right.
So what day does that put her at?
November 4th.
Okay. So
your lease was ending November 3rd. You never told her you got to be out of here by November?
Yes, I did. I told. That's why it was the 3 days.
But you keep saying that it was 3 days that she had.
Yeah. The problem, Your Honor, is my 3 days.
Do you guys have text back and forth?
Yes,
so I can see what people actually agreed on rather than what they say now?
Thank you.
Let me see all the texts.
Do I have hers?
Yeah. No, I want to see. Go ahead. Yeah. There's no text between the two of you before?
No.
No, for the love of God.
But I did call her, Your Honor.
I still have not. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I love texts that happen before litigation because they have no motive. They're the stuff that actually occurred. I don't know what we did while I was there. I was a judge way before text, but it was so hard to figure things out. And then all of a sudden now it's, whatever you write tells us as judges what it is that the agreement was, but you guys were all talking on the phone and I wasn't on the phone that day.
To me, it sounds like a simple misunderstanding because it happened to fall on the first days of the month, which is she gave the money on the 1st, then 2nd, then 3rd. The defendant was supposed to move out. it kind of all blend together, but plus also you count the days as 1, 2, and 3. So to me, it sounds like the plaintiff wasn't exactly clear of where the deadline falls. Is it falls onto, as the judge was counting, 24 hours from the deposit, which is on the 1st in the evening, meaning it will give her up until the 4th end of the day. On the other hand, the plaintiff herself is a bit hazy about the days and how much time she actually had left. I'm very shocked that on the very day that the defendant got an extension and had to pay for 1 day extra, the only thing they needed to do is to set up an appointment for pickup. Back into the courtroom.
And what happens here? Tell me what happened.
So what happened is that she was supposed to come. She called and told me that she couldn't make it.
Yeah.
And she told me that the movers didn't make it and that she's going to come tomorrow, Friday.
Okay.
And I told her that that's pretty bad because I'm supposed to be out. I'll have to talk to the management company to see. They charged me additional 1-day rent.
And you told her, yes, you can come tomorrow.
Right.
All right, so now, and the 1 day that they charged you cost you what, $83?
$83.
All right, so then what happens on the 4th?
On the 4th, I'm there. I'll wait and wait all day.
Well, what day was she supposed to, what time was she supposed to
That's
come?
it. She never said what time.
Did you text her and say, what time are you coming?
I called her.
You called her, and what did she say?
She went straight to voicemail.
So did she ever come on Friday?
At some point, I was gone. I left.
Where were you all day?
I was working.
Yeah, but why didn't you call her and tell her what time you were
I
coming?
run a salon, and
I don't care. Why didn't you make a phone call? Stop it. I am a judge. I can make a phone call.
See?
I'm busy. You know, I mean, come on, man.
I called her once I got off of work at 6:30.
Yeah, I know.
And she didn't
That's
answer.
exactly my question. If you know that she was literally renting another day to accommodate you, why is it that you didn't have a time that you were going to go over there?
I don't know, Your Honor. I feel like there was just there was not
So you
effective
felt you had till
communication.
midnight. You could show up at 11.
I was busy. I was working. I had clients, back-to-back clients.
Yeah, watch this, because I'm going to make a phone call. Hold on. You know, you could do that, all right? Don't be ridiculous. You know, the idea that you're not at a UN meeting and you're not talking about, you know, forestalling war. You are a hairdresser who can say, just a second, I need to make a phone call, just like I can. Okay, so what happens at 6 o'clock?
So I call her. It was 6:30. I call her at 6:30 and tell her I'm on my way. She didn't answer.
And then
So
you get there, and what happens?
she's not there.
And what? You knock on the door and nobody answers?
Nobody answers. And then I had reached out.
Oh, when did you start the theory of reaching out? Because Lord knows you weren't doing it on the 4th
after,
during the
and
day.
then on the November 8th, I asked her if I can just have my deposit back because I'm like,
Wait, but did you ever text her and say, like, what's happening with my washer dryer?
no, I didn't. I did not.
Did you know that she had sold it to someone else?
No, I didn't.
Okay, what happened with the washer dryer?
So here's what happened. That Friday, I'm there all day.
Well, why didn't you
Okay.
text her and say, what time are you coming?
I didn't.
Then I'd have evidence of that. But
Right.
anyway, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm pacing back and forth. My ride shows up that's going to take me home because I don't drive, okay? My ride shows up, and he's telling me, I can't wait much longer. I can't wait, okay? But I'll wait. So anyway, I'm pacing. I'm in the hallway outside of my apartment. I'm pacing back and forth. Here comes my neighbor that lives across the hall that came from his vacation, and he's like, are you okay? And I'm like, no. The lady was supposed to pick up this washing machine and dryer, and she's not here yet. My ride is outside. And he said, oh, you got a stackable? And I was like, yeah. And he walked in, and he's looking at it, and he says, I'll take it.
For how much?
He took it for $1,000. He gave me $1,000.
Okay.
Okay, so he gives me $1,000.
So you have his 1,000. So let me see if I've got this straight. You ended up getting $1,650 for a washing machine you were gonna get $1,300 for.
Correct.
Right. And it's still technically November 4th, right? Which you had told her she had to pick it up in 3 days. Am I missing something on that 3 days?
The story that plaintiff could not call her on the 4th because she was working at the salon. We live at that age and time when you can literally just put your phone down and say, hey Siri, please send a text, or Siri, please place a phone call to this person, and it's gonna start dialing in front of you. You don't have to stop doing whatever you were doing at that moment. If you're working on a client, if you're coloring or washing the hair, you can literally place your phone call as you work and just ask your client to please excuse me, this is very important, do you mind if I place this call very quickly? Or you can send a text.
I don't see an app for that. You'll need to download one.
As Siri came up.
Good afternoon.
Hi.
Okay.
That's how easy it is. Siri just comes up. Even my car, when I drive, you can just talk to your car and the car is gonna either place the call or send a text. It's hands-free, it's easy, it's idiot-proof. So I don't see her working at the salon as an excuse. Back into the courtroom.
Why did you say, I contacted Miss Nelson on day 3 to tell her I was having difficulty picking up the items and asked if she could hold on to them a bit longer? It sounds from your complaint, your very complaint, that you're aware that you asked for an extra day.
I did.
Like everybody keeps arguing. Maybe you didn't put that money down. Maybe you put that money down on October 31st and not on November 1st.
I gave you.
Do you have proof you put it on November 1st?
I do.
Let me see.
Thank you.
So why did you say in your complaint that you contacted her on day 3?
Because it was November 3rd.
No, you didn't say I contacted her on November 3rd and told her you wouldn't need more time. You still already had time.
Well,
The phrase is I contacted Ms. Nelson on day 3 to tell her I was having difficulty picking up the items and asked if she could hold on to them a bit longer. She was not happy. I tried explaining the challenge, and I wish she would have been more empathetic. On the 4th day, I contacted her in the late after. I'm reading your complaint.
Correct, Your Honor. Like I said, when I gave her the deposit, I'm assuming that my first day of business.
I'm asking you why you said what you said in the complaint.
Because I needed an extra day because I couldn't find movers. And
why did you say in the complaint on the 4th day I contacted her in the late afternoon?
Because I'm assuming my day, my first day of business started after the first.
So then why would you say, if you're assuming that, why would you say on the 4th day?
Because I came to get it on the 4th day.
See?
I'm not sure, because I wish I could be a fly on the wall during your negotiations, which are all telephonic and oral, and I can't see what you guys agreed to. So you are assuming you have until November 3rd.
I'm assuming I had till November 4th.
If you are, then why do you say on the 4th day I contacted her and told her I needed an extra day, when now you're telling me that it was on the 3rd day that you did that?
See?
I don't understand you.
Okay, Your Honor. Again, it was me having issues with movers and finding somebody.
Here's what I'm going to do. Something is wrong. Something is definitely wrong, because in your very complaint, you don't say, I still had time and she sold it from under me. In your very complaint, you say, I needed more time than the 3 days. So I think you all understood that 3 days was going to be counted by counting the first day as day 1, the second day as day 2, and the 3rd day as day 3. And if that's the case, when you call her and you say, I need more time, and in fact, what you say is that you didn't even call her until the 4th day, so I really don't get it. But in any event, I think it's clear that you breached the contract. However, no, don't get too excited. However, you end up giving her until the 4th of November. Let's not call it the 3rd day, the 4th day. It's just, we all know that you agreed until the 4th of November. However, neither of you in your conversations schedule a time. So you have no idea what time on the 4th of November. That's shame on both of you. Technically speaking, you sold that item during the 4th of November, before the 4th of November was over, you see? So did she breach the contract? I mean, you gave her the other until the 4th, and then you end up switching things around. So did she address that?
Here it is, Your Honor. She wants to say that the 4th day ends at midnight.
No. Well, I'm telling you that. That's the 4th day.
So I'm supposed to wait all day?
No, you're supposed to have a game
night?
plan. I would have a game plan.
I called her.
Well, you called her because you had no game plan. On the day before, when you say, okay, you have until X time, then that would be what we call a game plan. Or pick it up, I'm going to be here, you can pick it up at 10 in the morning. That's a game plan. You have no game plan. So here's what we have. By looking at her complaint, I know that she knows that her time was up. And you end up agreeing to give her until the next day. Neither of you discuss a time the next day. Yes, she was breaching by not picking it up the day before. But you two have a new agreement that she now has until the 4th to pick it up. And then she calls you when she's off work, which is in her head when she's picking it up. And by that point, you're done, but the 4th still exists. So how is it that she wouldn't be entitled to get her money back? She is.
All of it?
All of it. Because you end up breaching the new agreement that you reached the day before. $800 verdict for the plaintiff.
And that's a great point. She did end up selling it from underneath the plaintiff because the day was not over. She did show up, although late and with tons of miscommunication going on between the two of them, but the defendant sold the items already. I feel one way to go about it from the plaintiff's standpoint, if she's the one who makes the defendant stay over in the apartment that she's supposed to move out of, offer payment for the day that she needs extra off. If it's one day, tell her, can you please hold on to the items? I promise I'm gonna be there at this hour. Make sure to set an appointment. And I'm gonna pay to your landlord for a day of your extra stay at the apartment. I believe that would have resolved any other issues from coming up. What do you guys think about this case? Do you think the plaintiff is in the right? Or do you think she was a no-show and therefore defendant had the right to sell the items? Please put it in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching.